What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Not a Sheep podcast. My name's Matt. I'm here with my buddy John or Narwhal.
What's up, guys?
And today we are joined by hometown legend Vrillah.
What's good? What's popping?
Yo, Vrillah, I have to ask right off the bat, what does the name mean? Where did it come from?
That shit was a joke. To be honest, it was. I honestly can't even tell you exactly what happened, but what I do remember is that it was hella a joke,
Okay.
and that was it. It was
Just
like,
stuck.
yeah, I was in like 7th grade. Like me and the homie were at like a cabin, and it was like very much like hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. And then
Did you know, like, yo, this is like my artist? Like,
Fuck no.
was it originally like, this is going to be my artist name?
No, dude. I had no plans of making music at the time, and then
So that
just
was
like
just a
later it rolled
nickname.
around, and I was like, oh, that would be funny.
Yeah. That's
it just
dope.
stuck. I think it's cool. People like say it wrong all the time though.
How do they say it?
They say Vrillah a lot, which makes it sound like something hella different.
It
Which
sounds
is
like
not
a
the move.
dinosaur. Like,
Yeah,
Vrillah.
or just like I don't know, not what I want it to sound like. So I don't know. Maybe it'll change one day, but
Okay.
it's working.
No,
right
I
now.
like it. It's cool.
Yeah.
Vrillah.
Yeah, I think it's
It
fun.
flows. Yeah.
It's fun to say.
How'd you get into making music?
It's been. I feel like it was like inevitable because like my oldest brother. I have 2 brothers. My oldest brother was like he made beats and like DJ'd and he rapped, so he was always on the same shit. So he was like in the basement when I was little, like scratching and making beats and shit. And then I got a little bit older, and my other brother Ryan also started making music, and I'm like, oh, that shit's sick. And like since they're at home recording music, it's like obviously they're like gonna have their 4-year-old brother come upstairs and
Yeah.
like rap into the mic. Like that shit was funny.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I've just been around music forever. My parents like hella like music. And I think I initially started like, I think I started with like photography. I was really into like concert photography. That was fun. So
Yep.
I was like taking pictures of my brother, and I started shooting other shows. And then I was like, oh, maybe I want to DJ. So I did that for a little bit, and I was like, it still doesn't feel right. And then I just like started making music with the homies in the basement or in
Yeah.
their basement. And it was just like, oh, I'm actually like good at this. And like, this feels
Yeah.
more normal. This feels more comfortable and like natural than like DJing or taking pictures does.
Yeah.
So I just decided, fuck it, I'm gonna keep trying that.
When you like started getting into it, was it with your brothers or was it with like other people?
No, it's always been pretty separate. It was with other people. It was with some dudes I went to like middle school with, and we made like really different music, and like they're still doing their thing, and like they're like pretty successful in the realm, but they make like I don't remember what the genre is called, like hyper pop type.
Hyper
Oh.
pop.
Yeah, I'm talking
Yeah.
about, yeah, like not quite
Yeah.
100 gex, but like
Mhm.
But close.
yeah, like Goth Boy Click and like 100 gex had a baby. It's like that type of
Okay,
music,
okay.
which just like doesn't align with me. But like they were hella cool to me, and they were like helping me learn how to record my shit and stuff. So I started with them, and then eventually I was like, this isn't working.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Dope. It's funny that you didn't like. I feel like that happens a lot where like, if you have siblings that do something that like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people.
You follow in the steps of like your older
Yeah,
siblings.
but like at the same
Yeah.
time, you didn't do it like
Like
with your
exactly
siblings
how
right
they did.
away.
Yeah, and it wasn't even like on some like competitive sibling shit. I don't know. I guess just like being around it all the time. Well, I think the thing is too, it's like seems very unrealistic to like be pursuing music for a lot of people, but like I watched my brothers do it. So I was like, oh, I could do that if I wanted to. And
Yeah.
then like on the other, and then like that combined with like, oh, my brothers are cool as fuck, and like they're doing this, I want to do the same thing as them.
Yeah,
And like I can.
yeah. You probably had a way different perspective on it because a lot of people like have absolutely no clue how to like even start in music.
Yeah.
yeah, or
But
what
you-
they're getting into.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you got to see like, oh, this is how they do it, and like it's kind
Exactly.
of working.
Yeah,
for them.
and I just like, and because of my brother, like I just happened to be like tapped in, so just like I was able to like Jake, who's like my producer, like I would not be able to make what I make without him.
yeah,
Like used to produce for Ryan, my brother, so like it was easy. Like I was already at his house, like we already knew each other, type shit. So
yeah.
I was just tapped in. It worked out very well.
Yeah. When we talked to Jake the other week, if you guys haven't seen that episode, it's 2 weeks ago now.
Yeah.
But we talked about you a little bit in it, and he was saying that when he first started working with you, like it was totally different than what happened like when you became more comfortable and like kind of found your voice a little bit more.
Yeah, it was hella different. It was weird. I mean, it was weird too because like not even on like a music tip, I was like going through like personal changes, which was weird. Like I don't know. I was like, I don't know what the problem was, but I remember I always like I would get hella like insecure, and I would get like mad, and me and Jake used to like butt heads hella bad,
Mhm.
and I don't know why something just like flipped, and then like shit just got way sicker in like all aspects.
Yeah. Do you feel like you just like, what do you think changed? Did you just
I was going through it.
Yeah.
There was like hella life shit going on around then.
I feel
And
you.
like Jake was always there for me too, which was sick. And so that like I'm sure that played into like how well we work together now. It was like him always being there like made us even tighter. So it's just like, I don't know, everything worked out hella well.
Yeah. He was saying how like when you first started working, you weren't really like comfortable singing, and then now
Fuck no, dude.
all your music's got this like dope melody to it.
Yeah, I was like, dude, he was always like, bro, sing, like, come on, sing this. I was like, bro, I can't sing. Like, no, I don't want to sing. I can't. And we'd like get in like arguments about it, like heated arguments. And I'd like go and half-ass attempt it. And I'd be like, see, bro, I can't. And like one time I actually like got so mad I like dipped from the studio. And then, dude, it was a big thing. But now I guess I can. And still to this day, I'm like, bro, I can't fucking sing. But
yeah. Well, sometimes you need a guy like that who's like, would you say he was like kind of like hard on you in like a good way, or was he just kind of there?
For sure. No, yeah, Jake was definitely not just like sitting back. Jake like still to this day is like pushing me further and further and more and more, like helping it. Like Jake is like making me feel confident that I can like take this to the next step, and I can do this and this. Like, I don't know. If Jake wasn't like on my ass about making me sing, I don't know what the fuck I'd be doing right now.
Yeah. Well, it's cool how you said that your sound and your like confidence and everything changed when you like, depending on what you're going through in your life. And that's pretty, I think that's cool. Cause like, would you agree, Matt, that like when you're making music, it like the shit in your life influences like how your music sounds and like
For sure.
how you change as an artist. So
it
like,
has to, yeah.
Yeah, that's super dope.
Yeah, I think that's important, and that also like keeps your music like authentic. It'd kind of be like weird if it didn't. Like, then you're making like, what are you making? You're like making some weird, inauthentic, like, I don't know.
And I feel like you can tell as a listener too.
You can like feel it. Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, some people just want to listen to shit. Like, I'm sure Travis Scott's music isn't going to change because he's going
because he's going through
or
a hard
it might
time.
though. I don't know. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce and made a whole shit about it, so maybe it could. But
yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Do you feel now at this point? Well, how many years has it been since you really like actually started kind of taking it seriously? When did
taking it serious? Probably like 2.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe 2 years. I think it's been a cool 2 years.
Yeah. So do you feel like now are you kind of getting to a point where you're like, all right, this is kind of what my sound could be, and like this is what I feel like?
No, it changes like dude. I would say like once every like 4 months, I like come to Jake just ready to like delete everything and restart. But it's cool though, because I don't want to get like I sound like a fucking tool, but like I don't want to get comfortable in what I'm making, because like I think it's important to like adapt, and like I haven't like broke into the industry yet. I mean, like I'm getting there, like I have all the connections, but it's like I don't want to get too comfortable in this thing that's like not working, or like this thing that's cool, but like I don't know, it could like not be cool very quickly. So I don't want to get too comfortable in something before I'm even like capitalizing on it, if that makes sense. I just like, not that that's like the main purpose of like why I changed my style, but I think that's also cool that like I don't ever think I'm gonna get comfortable. So like I'll be able to stay on trend and like stay relevant while also keeping my sound.
I feel like in doing that, you're ultimately going to grow more as an artist, because you're going to like have that versatility to be able to maneuver.
And it's not like I'm just like I'm switching and like leaving everything that I've been doing behind me. It's like I'm still pulling like the good parts of this and bringing it with me to my next sound, and like so on and so forth. And I'll just like keep doing that. Yeah.
No, I feel you. I think a lot of artists feel like that in anything, where it's like you don't want to get too good, like air quotes good at a certain thing. Like if you still don't, too comfortable. If you don't even know that, like if that's exactly what you're trying to even do.
Yeah, it's like getting like really good at like baking before like you like baking or something. It's just like not like a waste of time, because I'm like having fun and like people are enjoying what I'm making now. But it's like I don't want to put all my eggs in this basket and then like not be able to move them.
Yeah. Well, and like right now, like your songs have a lot of like melodic and like it's not like hard like rap or anything like that.
And I don't think I'll ever like pivot back into that. Like I don't think that's ever gonna be like my bag, because like I mean like I can do that if I want to, but that's just like not that fun to me.
Yeah.
Like I like singing, and like I just think it's just gonna keep getting like more and more like pop influenced, and like because like right now I only listen to like alternative music, so I'm not like listening to rap, so I don't think it's ever gonna come to that.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say it's cool if you become this like pop artist, you still kind of have that like rap like skill that you can dive back into,
and that's also cool because I'll be able to just like fuck up any feature I get offered.
Right.
That's like the cool. That's what I'm excited for in the future. Is like features are gonna be fire.
Yeah, that's what's huge right now. Is like guys that are pop artists that can do any rap verse anytime they need to.
Yeah, dude, that's
It's like super sick.
Yeah, and like honestly, it's like damn respect when you see an artist like that. It's cool as fuck.
Yeah. What type of like artists influence you, I guess, or do you just try and do your own thing?
I don't know. I'd definitely say I feel like stylistically it's kind of hard to put a finger on it. I don't really know, like I don't want to be like, oh, like no one sounds like me, but like I don't really know, like I can't really put a finger on any artists that I particularly sound like, but if anyone could, like let me know. But I don't know, I mean like I definitely get inspired by like I think I get inspired by like other people's ideas and like the shit they're doing rather than like the sound of their music themselves. But there's definitely I do draw inspiration from like I don't know if you guys listen to like Role Model recently.
No.
He's fucking sick. He's like a super sick pop artist. He's coming up right now. I think he's super dope, and like on the like alternative pop tip that I've been making more of, I definitely pull hella inspiration from him. Or there's like this dude named Slush Puppy who's like in the same boat. He's really sick. And then, but like my style wise and like how I want to be perceived and like the influence I want to have on people, I think I pull a lot of inspiration from like rap stuff from like the 2012 era, like when A$AP Rocky and like Kendrick were super popping.
Yeah.
But I think shit like that's cool. So I don't know. It's all just like a culmination of shit that I think is dope.
Yeah. What do you mean exactly when you say you draw inspiration kind of from people's ideas, not necessarily like their music, it's their sound itself?
Yeah, I think it's more like I draw inspiration from like people's like shit as a whole. So like I like to look at like, for instance, like someone's new album, like I like to look at their cover art and like how these songs go together and like, oh, I think that this is really dope. And then I'll like try and be able to do that in my own way rather than like, oh, this song sounds cool, I want to make a song like this song.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
But I mean, granted, I do that sometimes as well. Like, oh, this song's tight, let's make something like this.
Yeah. Who, Matt, who were we before he got here? We were talking.
Aries.
Yeah.
Do you listen to
Do you know
Aries?
Aries? Yeah. So before you came here, like we were just talking, like prepping questions, and we were like, "There's like I definitely hear like some Aries vibes."
That's funny. Yeah, that's
dope.
actually definitely one that I do think like his visuals are fucking dope, and like the way he treats his vocals are really cool. So I definitely do get inspiration from him as well. That's a good ear. But yeah,
That's
he's
cool.
sick as fuck. I love Aries.
And Aries edits all his own videos,
I know.
which is pretty sick.
Yeah. Do you guys know who Contra Dash is?
No.
He's
who's
like
that?
I think he recently signed, so he's just like starting to boom. But he used to do like Call of Duty clips on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he'd make like edits. So he's like sick on a computer and he edits like all his own media, all his own videos, like all his cover art. Like he's sick as fuck.
Yeah.
I
That's
respect
dope.
the fuck out of that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get there because like I'm not there.
Yeah. It's hilarious how many people in the social media sphere and like music and YouTube, so many of them started from like Call of Duty or just like gaming,
Dude.
or like just YouTube content
Right.
years ago.
It's sick too. And I mean, it makes sense too because like they kind of just stayed on their shit because like kids that were making like Call of Duty, like quick scoping edits were like on top of like that genre of their own media, and they just like kind of like stuck with being good at like being on top of a trend like that
Yeah.
and just like managed to make it work into something they're passionate about now. That's what's dope is like at one time Contra Dash was like very passionate about Call of Duty, and so he just like grinded it really hard, and then
Yeah.
now he's like very passionate about music and like took the same work ethic and put it towards music. That's
Yeah.
fire as fuck.
And I've seen a lot of guys that have kind of transcended gaming, like whether they were like editors or like Call of Duty YouTube guys like back in the day. But I remember like I was big into that scene, and I remember Logic was always used in their like montages and stuff because it was
Yeah.
like no copyright or whatever. And
Which is genius.
yeah, and like so that set up Logic's career a lot. And then but a lot of those guys then got into hip hop music as a result of it.
Yeah.
And now a lot of them like
FaZe is like associated with hip hop.
It's like
kind of.
very tapped in, which is so funny. And I mean, it makes perfect sense too, because like, I mean, most dudes who make music, like obviously like most people like enjoy playing a video game from now and then. And like, it just happens that like most dudes that play music or make music also like to play like shooters. So like FaZe and music just makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
No, it's dope when I see like OBJs on Twitter saying like, yo, I'm streaming Warzone tonight.
Yeah,
or just
that's
like
fire.
so many guys have like gaming and music have collided a ton, and sports. But
which is sick because like I love both.
Yeah. What games do you play?
Dude, I play so much Overwatch. I fucking love Overwatch.
Oh, yup.
I play hella Valorant. I played Counter-Strike. I play lots of like nerdy shooter games.
No,
dude.
hell
I
yeah.
fucking love playing games.
I used to work in the Overwatch League. I used to work for the Houston Outlaws. I don't know if you follow like the pro scene.
That's fucking sick. No way.
Yeah.
Damn, that's so fire.
Yeah, so I'm cool with like a lot of the pro players on Overwatch.
No shit.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite hero in Overwatch?
I don't even play, so like I don't.
Damn, that's weak, dude.
I think Junkrat was dope.
That's fire.
That I don't really know. Like I literally have never played.
Ryan plays Junkrat.
Okay.
Good
So
choice,
you and
good
your
choice.
brother, you'll grind Overwatch?
Tough. Dude.
Hell yeah.
Me and Ryan be grinding video games. Because like, I mean, he moved to LA, and so like, dude, Ryan is like my best friend in the whole world. Like, I'll cry over it. Like, I love that dude so much. And like, we used to play hella video games when we lived together. And so like, obviously, when he moved, like, we're just gonna keep playing video games. So we both got gaming PCs, and just like, we just like pick a game. Like we'll switch up every few months, and we're just like grind the fuck out of that game.
Yeah.
We played
That's so
Fortnite
sick.
hella hard for a while, which is kind of lame.
Yeah.
And then Overwatch, and we've been grinding Valorant super hard recently. It's sick.
Yeah, bro. Like I tell everyone, PC gaming, it's worth it. Like it's
Dude,
expensive at the
entirely.
start, but it's
is
like
it though? Like you like
Yeah.
how much is a PS5, bro? Like spend an
Yeah,
extra
that's a good
$200
point.
and build a PC.
That's a
yeah.
good point.
No, it's super
An
fun.
advocate for PC gaming.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. So like we met Jake and we interviewed him, and we were just kind of talking about like all the different people in Seattle that we kind of are familiar with, and one of them being Dempsey Hope. And that's how we
Dempsey.
found Jake.
Yeah.
So,
Dempsey's
like,
my boy.
Yeah, could you talk about your kind of like history with him and how
Yeah.
you guys have like grown up and made music?
Me and Dempsey were never like we knew of each other in high school. And then I think we just kind of became homies on Instagram, both on the same like, oh, we both make music type shit. Like we were just cool. And then I think I was in LA to help my brother with a music video, and we needed extras. And I was like, oh, Dempsey. It was when Dempsey was staying in LA, and Dempsey fucked with Ryan's music at the time, so he was like psyched. And I remember I hit him up like the day before, and Dempsey was like, fuck yeah, I'll do it. And I was like, bet. And he had to like Uber across town at like 4 a.m. so he could ride with us to the video. Like Dempsey was just like riding, and I was like, oh, nice, that's cool.
Yeah.
And so me and Dempsey had to hang out for like not really knowing each other for like a 13-hour day where it's just like just me and Dempsey just kicking it. So we became like very close in a day. And I was like, oh, this dude's cool as fuck. And then I was like working with Jake at the time, and Dempsey was making his music, and he was like, I don't know, he was like, he knew it could be better. And so Dempsey was like, dude, hounding me for a bit. Like, come on, bro. Like, I want to work with Jake. I want to work with Jake.
Yeah.
I want to work with Jake. And I was like bringing it up to Jake, and they had like one particularly funny memory of Dempsey at a basketball game, because Dempsey used to hoop in high school
Okay.
for Hale. And Jake and his dad went to a Hale game, and they were like watching Dempsey play, and they were like, this kid looks like a fucking douche. And I was like, yo, look, like Jake, my homie's really dope, and he's like really good at singing, like writes really cool shit. Like, please, like let him come record. I think you should give it a shot. And I'm like showing him his Dempsey used to post like singing videos, and I'd show him, and Jake was like, it's that fucking douche from Nathan Hill. And I was like, I promise he's the bro. And Dempsey came over and to the studio, and I came with him and just like fucking crushed the song, and him and Jake were like, oh yeah, that's the duo right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, they make some fire shit, but I love Dempsey, and I'm super glad.
So you kind of set up Dempsey's blow up.
I made Dempsey help.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, it was gonna happen either way. Dempsey's a fucking like ridiculously hard worker, and also very talented. It's
Yeah.
like, he would not quit until he got to where he's at.
Yeah.
So I'm proud of
Sick.
Dempsey.
That's something that like what you were just saying about how when you guys were in LA and you hadn't met him, but he was like down to just like come over at like 4 a.m. and just
Yeah.
like grind and like just go do stuff like on a whim, and just like that's, at least for me, I feel like that's what you really like want. Like those are the types of relationships that
Yeah,
you're
like-
like, damn, this guy's legit.
Yeah, I have like 6 friends, and like total, and all of them would do some shit like that. So like as soon as Dempsey was down to do that, I'd be like, oh yeah, like I could be homies with this kid.
Yeah, and you just need people like that, because if you're, I don't know, it's exhausting being when you're trying to do something big and you're just surrounded by people that are like
They don't have that.
They'll work, but it's not like they're not gonna go out of their way or do some wild shit.
Yeah,
like you
no,
were.
yeah, that's why. I mean, anyone who's like that, it's like I'm not like keeping my distance, but I'm like, you're not like the bro. But like all my homies, like even I'm just like I told you guys earlier, I'm like moving on Monday, like very short notice. Like I found out that I get my spot like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And so like I texted the homies, and I was like, yep, I need your guys' help moving on Monday. And they're like, yep. And
Yeah.
I was like, word. So it's
That's
just like
dope.
easy. It's 6. And they're like super helpful with all my music shit too. Like they be coming to music video shoots and like working as hard as I do to like make sure shit's right. And they be coming to the studio with me just to like be supportive for like 8-hour days. Like they don't have to do that. It's sick as fuck.
When you're in the studio recording, I always wonder, like, because people probably have different processes and like what they like. When I see videos of like on YouTube or whatever, like documentaries, and there's like a bunch of people there, do you like what, like having a bunch of homies there and stuff?
Fuck no. If it's like a fun session, I don't know. If we're like mixing records, then like, yeah, it's cool. Like the homies can come. I mean, my homies like know the vibes. Like they come to the studio and like they're down to just like shut the fuck up and sit there, like, and like play on a Nintendo Switch or something and just like kick it. Just like keep the vibes good. Or like one day we made like, I don't know, I like having one homie at the studio, like tops, just so like they can be like, yeah, that's dope, or like give good energy. But I don't, just me personally, I'm not the type to have like 16 dudes in the studio. And also like the studio at Jake's house is like not the one to have 16 people. Like, it's like a cozy room. I don't want like heads in there.
Yeah. So they you'll have a friend there to kind of be like the vibe check and like the mediator.
Exactly. That's all they are.
You can just run something by them and be like, yo, is this?
Yeah. Or like we'll have 3 pairs of headphones. So like Jake has one, I have one, and then the homie gets one. He's just like my homie will be like, oh, that's cool. Or he'll be like, that's not it, bro. Don't do that. It's cool. All the homies are very honest.
Yeah. Have you ever made something? First of all, do you only work with Jake?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever made something where like other people are like, that's not it, but you really like it and you stick with it, and then it ends up being dope? I mean,
yeah, definitely. I mean, there's definitely been times when it's like, I mean, also it's like, no, my homies like don't really listen to the kind of music I make, so it's like I take what they say with a grain of salt, but they're just like at face value whether they would listen to it or not. And there's been multiple times where they're like, nah, bro, like I'm not really fucking with that, and like it's cool.
Yeah.
But then I'll just like keep rocking with it, and I'm like, oh, this is dope, and then I'll show other people, and they're like, oh, this is sick. So it's just like, I don't take it personally if they don't fuck with it, because it's like, it's not what they listen to. It's not what they listen to.
That's a very like touchy thing. I feel like showing people your music that don't make music.
Yeah.
Because it's like you want to get their opinion, because ultimately like everyone's a listener.
Yeah.
But not everyone makes music.
Yeah. And that's like in my opinion, infinitely more important, because it doesn't matter if like this song is like technically very good, like, and like someone who makes music would be like, oh, I respect how you did this and how you wrote this part. But if someone who's like going to listen to it, who would be the one who's like buying it, is like, this is whack, that like, right. It doesn't matter if it's technically a good song. Like, if it's whack, it's whack. It doesn't matter.
Now, what about showing like your brother your music? Is that different? Just because like,
yeah, because he's like super on. He's like, it's sick that I can show him my stuff. Like, it's to the point now too where like he's always like sent me his unreleased stuff, but like before I'm like, oh, this is sick, but now I can like also give him like constructive feedback.
Mm-hmm.
It's like cool now because we can like actually help each other out, and like I think my brother is like an extremely talented songwriter, so it's cool that I can send him something and like he can give me like bullet points back on like what I can do better.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also cool that like it's never just like, this is good. It's like always something I can improve on, which I mean, like to some people would probably be discouraging, but like to me, it's like, I know he wants the best for me. And so it's sick. And like every single time I listen to his bullet points, the song is just like marginally better. So it's sick. So it's like, he's so fucking helpful in like every aspect of my music.
Yeah. That's super true, that if you just show something to someone and they're just like a yes man and they go, oh, that's dope, it's like, that's not helpful at all. It's not honestly, really what you want.
Because also it's like, I don't even know, like could very much just like, that's just like the easiest compliment. Like that's the easiest feedback you could have possibly given me.
Yeah.
But also like, it's not their place. They're not like my music coach. Like,
exactly.
It's whatever.
Yeah.
Because people be sending me their music and I'm like, that's dope. I'm never like, fix this and that, because I don't want to overstep.
Totally. Yeah.
But also at the same time, it's like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really give a fuck. Like, I don't expect them to actually give a fuck.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, no, I was
damn, maybe I'm just an asshole. I don't know, maybe they do give a fuck.
No, I mean, I was actually talking to, I think it was Matt, maybe like a couple months ago, or maybe on this show or the other show, but we were saying like, if I was to like reach out to someone and just like DM someone out of the blue, and like, whether I don't even make music, but if I was like sent them a song, or if I was trying to get them on my podcast, like if someone like leaves me on red or like doesn't like it or doesn't care, it's like I don't really blame them, you know?
Yeah.
So like,
it's not their job to give a fuck.
yeah.
Right?
So like I used to get like upset if I would DM someone and they'd be like, nah, or if they would just like not respond.
Yeah.
But now I realize like there's times when I do the same thing. So
Fuck
like
yeah.
I don't blame them. It's
yeah.
like,
Or maybe look at it. I mean, I look at it too in the standpoint. It's like, if I would ask someone, like, for example, for like a feature or something, they just leave me on Reddit. In my head, I'm like, oh, I need to like make my shit doper. So like they'd be like hyped.
yeah.
Cause like this dude hit me up off TikTok for like a feature. And there's been like hella dudes from TikTok that ask me for features. And like most of the time they're whack. But one dude hit me up and I was like, oh, like he didn't have any followers or nothing. I was like, oh, this dude's fucking fire. Like, absolutely. So it's not even a matter of like any sort of following thing. It's like if the shit's dope enough, like whoever you're messaging like will want to fuck with you if it's sick enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you think the right way to go about like reaching out for collaborations is?
I don't know. It's like a tricky thing. Also, I don't like working with other artists very much. Like, so I'm not the best at even reaching out because I wouldn't want to. But like, if someone's asking me for a feature, it's like definitely I would say try and build like a relationship first, especially because like I don't know, it's like it's gonna be easier to work with someone if you can have like some sort of foundation there that's not just like we made this song. I mean,
Yeah.
it can be that too, and also like be careful who you're asking. Like if they have way more followers than you. And you're just like, yo, bro, let's make a song. Like, dude, like you look thirsty as fuck. And like, that's such a bad look. And then it's like, I don't want to be like used by you.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's tricky. But also like, I feel like you can get a gauge.
Yeah. What you said TikTok has been like gotten people hitting you up from TikTok.
I love TikTok.
Are you on the TikTok grind?
Fuck yeah. Not as I should be though. I have like a very different approach from it. Like Dempsey took TikTok and like worked it like perfectly. Like he's like perfect for TikTok. He's just like pretty and like has a beautiful voice, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, anyone can pop on TikTok, but like that, and he was working his ass off. Dude, he was posting so many times a day. So like he definitely deserves it. But I ended up actually like, I got like really tapped in with TikTokers. Like a lot of my homies are like super poppin' TikTokers
Mhm.
now. And I've actually been like living back and forth here in LA during COVID, which is irresponsible as fuck. And I stopped going.
Yeah.
I was going back and forth from here in LA and I was actually living in a TikTok house.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and it
Dang.
was sick as fuck. Like
Wait, like the Addison Rae type thing where they have like a whole
exactly,
group.
where it's just like a group of like TikTokers with millions of followers. I met Addison Rae and Dixie D'Amelio.
Wow.
Like, they came to our house and kicked it. Yeah, it's crazy.
How many followers do you have on TikTok?
Dude, like not enough to be there. Like not even like not like
Like
you can
you-
make an account and like post once and have a video do okay and have more followers than me. Like
yeah.
I've had like one video like not even kind of pop
Yeah.
and I got like 800 followers for it, but I don't post much on it. But I need to though because it's like a priceless tool for marketing. Like that's the only app you can have 0 followers and post and get 2 million views.
Exactly.
in a
Yeah.
day.
That's what Matt and I mean, we've talked about it a ton on this show, but it's, dude, if you're not like people who refuse to use TikTok, it's like you're just doing yourself a disservice.
It's like
'cause-
weird.
It's
I don't
so
know.
much
People
pride.
have like a weird like association with it. Like they're immature if they use TikTok. It's so weird. I'm like, dude, what? Like
it's just
everyone
business.
uses
It's
TikTok.
smart.
Yeah. Also, it's like entertaining as fuck. Like
Yeah.
there's no shame in it. Like
Yeah.
TikTok is sick.
Yeah, it's a fun app.
TikTok for sure fried my attention span.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I'd be skimming like 1 minute videos for like the good part. Like
Yeah.
I can't watch, dude. It's fucked up,
Yeah.
but it's okay.
Wait, can you skip ahead on videos on TikTok?
No, but I'm saying if I watch like a 1 minute YouTube video on like how to do something in my
Oh.
car stereo, like I will not sit through the whole thing. Like,
Yup.
I'll skim through or put it
Yeah.
in like times 1.25. So I
Yup.
speed through it.
I hate though that on TikTok I like if I want to see something from like the end of the clip, I have to rewatch the
Yeah.
whole video
Yeah,
again.
that's how they get you, man.
Yep.
Wait, so what's the vibe kind of like at these like TikTok houses?
It's fire. I can't talk too much about it
Okay,
because
okay.
like I mean I can, but like
You should.
they have like they have like an image to uphold, but we just be kicking it. They're all like nice as fuck. They're all.
Okay.
I was definitely. I've been at this house like 4 times now, and every time I go, I stay there for like a couple weeks. And the first trip, I needed to go to LA because I was meeting with like a A&R at a label, and I was like kicking it with him, and I had like some studio sessions, and so it just worked out that my friend like manages a TikToker. Or was starting to, or something like that, and was like, just come stay at this house. And I was like, for real? Like, I don't know. These kids are gonna be like, no offense if any of the TikTok homies watch this. I was like, damn, these kids are gonna be fucking tools. Like, all these
Yeah.
kids look like dicks. But like, they all kind of know. They're just like, they did something once on that app that worked out, and then they got like stuck in that niche. Like, there are some kids there that definitely like be taking their shirts off and like flexing, but they like know that it's corny, but they're just like, dude, I'm like getting
it's
bread
like
off.
They're self-aware of
like,
of what they're doing.
But it's weird. It's like I've never like lived in like a group setting like that, so it's weird living with just like 10 kids like that are also all like 19 to 22 in like a mansion in the hills. It's like weird as fuck, but it's sick. It's like it's a really weird experience.
It sounds like a Disney show.
It does, dude. Yeah, and like just like it's like weird. Like when Addison and Dixie like came to our house, I'm like, what the fuck? Like it's weird. You guys are real.
It's like you're a real person.
And they're like they're like normal. That's the coolest shit about all the TikTokers. It's like because you would definitely think they'd be a certain way, but they're all just like. They all know they're just like kids that got lucky on an app for like being attractive or funny.
Exactly.
That's cool. They're all cool as fuck.
Like you were talking about how some of these people, like they did one thing and they have this niche thing. And it's kind of like what you were saying about like music. Like if you were to make a certain style of music and it just like popped, but you like hated doing it, it would suck. And that happens to a lot of people. They have this one thing that does well and then they try and replicate it like for the next like 2 years and it's like nothing's hitting the same and they just don't like it.
Yeah, that sucks. And that's like when you have to kind of look at it and be like, what am I making this music for? Like, and be down to like sacrifice like the income you're getting from it and just like switch and make something you want to make. And people that are like genuinely fans of you will like stick with you, you know? Like my brother had like a giant transition. Like he was like rapping in like the swings era and now he makes like this cool poppy type of music and like his fans stuck with him. So it's like if you're good and like a cool person and your fans like what you make because you're good at whatever you're doing and also you're just like chill vibes, like it'll work out for you.
Yeah. I don't know if you're familiar with Andy Mineo, but I heard him say this thing. He's a big rapper and he said like it's important early on to like train your fans and like give them all different styles you can, and it might not help you grow the most from the start, but your fan base will like know to expect like different stuff and that you're going to go in different directions throughout your career.
Yeah, which is definitely, that's hella smart. And I've like been trying to do that now. Like I have like a solid group of supporters and like they know that they're going to get like a bunch of random different shit from me and like they don't have to fuck with it.
Do you feel like having your brother being like someone who's like doing music as a career and it's like obviously worked well for him. Do you feel like, do you have some like advantage where you get like, do you get insight from him and like ways to kind of navigate things? And do you feel like he helps you like build what you're trying to build?
Yeah, for sure. Like he's so fucking helpful and it's cool too. Cause he's not just like he's posted like one of my songs once, you know, like he's not like handing me shit. And it wasn't even like a link or nothing. Like he posted like a screenshot of White Lies on his Apple Music like one time. So he's not like giving out game because like he wants me to work for it, which I want to as well because I watched him do it. But like especially on the business side of things, like I had this idea of what I wanted out of music and like what I want, like if I was to sign, what I want it to look like. And then like once music became more serious for me and like Ryan was like, oh, you're really doing this, like you're really giving it a try. Then he like stepped in more and was like, you don't want that, like this will fuck you over. Like he helps me a lot on the business side of things. And I mean, and also like artistically, he's super helpful. Like he's good at like keeping my, like helping me make my ideas more refined and like, I don't know, just making my shit sicker. Like he's super helpful.
Yeah. That's super interesting how you were saying like I feel like there's oftentimes if someone has a sibling or like a best friend who's like really popular on social media, like
they're going to try to like post about him as much as they can.
Yeah, or
like,
I guess it depends on the person. Some people will try and like help build this other person, like get posts about them, put them in all their stuff and like get them followers and stuff. But it seems like his or your approach is more like, let me do this.
Yeah.
Like, let me do
and
it
like
on my
him
own.
posting that screenshot was like incredibly helpful. Like it's not even like that was nothing. That was sick as fuck. But it's also like cool that he's not just like follow, like go listen to, like, I mean, he's not the type to do that for anyone, but like it's cool that he's not like switching that because I'm his brother. Like, and it also makes me feel good. Like he does believe that I can do this like without his help, which is cool because it also like makes me feel like I can do it as well.
Yeah. And then you feel better probably when you do get, like if a song does really well or you get a lot of streams or something, you're like, it wasn't because of my brother. It was because my song's dope.
Exactly. Yeah. It's fire. It's a cool feeling. And he's like, it's sick. He always keeps me like hella motivated. Like yeah, I honestly can say without him and like Jake, I would not be able to like make what I'm making now. And I would definitely would have been stopped trying to make music.
Yeah. Don't you have a song with Dempsey or no?
Yeah, I do. I have a song not out. I have
okay.
Nothing released. I have like me and Dempsey probably have like 3 or 4 songs together.
Gotcha.
And they all hit. Me and Dempsey are a cool duo.
Okay.
We have one in particular that's like
Any idea when these are coming out, or are those private?
No, I wish.
Okay.
I wish I had a clue. I don't think me or Dempsey have a clue.
Yeah.
He's got his own shit going on.
What's it been?
One day.
Huh?
Hopefully one day.
Oh yeah. What's it been like working with other just like cool artists? Because you have a song with Sam LaChow, who's like a pretty big
artist,
Seattle
Yeah,
artist.
it was cool. Working with Sam was cool. It was super cool. Used to love like Sam's Young Seattles and all the stuff like that. So when he hit me up to like come work with him, I was like, oh, that's sick. It's like cool that I'm getting like some recognition in the city. Like it's cool because as much as like, I don't know, I'm not like super trying to play like the local like pop off in Seattle and then, type game because that's like pretty saturated. But it is like cool to get recognition in the city that people that like I used to listen to when I was in like 8th grade. When I started like fucking with local music more.
Yeah.
So it's cool that they know who I am now as like, and they know who I am now, not just like as Ryan's brother, but they know me as like my own artist. It's sick as fuck.
Yeah.
That's so dope.
Yeah.
What's your dream collab?
Fuck. Damn, that's such a tough question. Honestly, I would have to just say just for like middle school Vinny, just like an A$AP Rocky verse would be fucking fire.
That'd be a dope collab.
Yeah, like a fucking Problems type verse would be so gas.
Yup. That'd be so sick.
That's it.
Okay.
That'd be the dream collab. Produced by like Scott Storch or something crazy.
Wow, yeah.
Or like Mike Dean or some sick shit.
This is gonna sound like a very like vague or like big loaded question, but just like in the most general sense, like why do you make music?
Because when I was in 8th grade in middle school, I got bullied like pretty bad. Like it was whack. I was like scared to walk to school because these kids said they're gonna beat me up, which in retrospect I would have fucked them up. Like now that I know who these kids are, I'm like, oh, these were just like some loser ass white kids. Like I would definitely whoop their asses. So it's funny. But I remember I was like, fuck, I hate going to school. Like I'm gonna go to school and like get called fat and like I just don't want to go. I felt like such a loser. And then I found like Peso by A$AP Rocky and I just like would slap it and I was like, yeah, like the song made me feel so fucking cool.
That's awesome.
And I was like, I don't know, as I started making music, I was like, damn, I hope one day I can make like a kid feel like the way that like Peso made me feel when I was like down bad in middle school. And like if I could do that to like one kid, I would be like psyched and be happy. And also it's just like it's fun as fuck. I love making music. But that's like the main reason I want to like be able to make kids feel cool and also like show kids like, you don't have to look a certain way and you don't have to like come from a background of money or like, and like I just want to show kids it's like possible. Like, and like also another big thing is I just want to make kids feel like more comfortable in like who they are and show like, dude, like I know I'm like kind of weird looking and have like fucked up teeth. Like if like I want kids to feel comfortable in that because I know like especially around like middle school times, it's like when you start to feel like insecure and notice shit, and I just want to make kids feel okay.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's a good reason. Yeah.
That's so dope that like you have. I feel like a lot of people if I ask a question like that, they're like, I don't really know. It's just like, but you got like, like this is what started it. And that's totally dope.
Yeah.
Oh, what was I gonna say about that?
I was just gonna say, I think that's so important to like. Some people are very like corny about this, where they'll be like, oh, like this artist only makes like hype music, and like that doesn't actually impact people. But like it's important to know that like those songs that like make kids feel confident like can have a way bigger impact than like a really deep song about like something sad.
Like A$AP Rocky's talking about like selling drugs and like wearing cool clothes and like having a gun and Peso. But like that like song changed my life. Like, So yeah, that's like a smart way to think about it. Because I hate when people are like, if it's not like, oh, it's just like mumble rap. Like that's my least favorite type of comment. Like this isn't doing anything for
rap.
Yeah. Or like this isn't doing anything for anyone. Like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I'm gonna listen to something if I like how it sounds.
Yeah.
Like
that's
how
it makes you feel. Yeah,
exactly. Like, I don't know, dude. Who knows?
Like it could be super lyrical, telling this intricate story.
Yeah.
Or it could be
a dude from Harlem talking about wearing Supreme.
Yeah. Like I don't care.
Yeah. Totally.
That's dope. Have you got like, have you got messages, or like, do you feel like you've been able to, even though you're still getting started for the most part, do you feel like you've been able to kind of, with the songs,
which is very like fulfilling and very cool every time. And I'm like, damn, I just want to keep doing that. Like I've had like, I don't remember, it was like this kid from Germany hit me up and was like, oh, I've been like so fucking depressed, and like this song really helped me get out of this hard time. Like it makes me feel good again. I was like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's so sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. When you just find like, I love when you find an artist that is kind of still on the come up, and you like, they're at a size where like they actually see their messages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I responded to every message, dude. Like I'll just let them sit for a while. So like my like requests will have like 100 in them, and then I just respond to like all of them. It's
yeah.
nice.
That's awesome.
I mean, a lot of them are be like people swiping up on some bullshit, but I still respond to whatever.
Yeah.
Or they're like, yo, free
yeah, exactly.
cheap logo graphic.
Yeah, I get a ton of those. Tons of them.
No, but yeah, that's so important to respond to all of them, because it's like, I don't know. I feel like you'd have to think you're something else if you're too like above to respond.
Yeah,
to
dude.
someone.
People act like they're hella cool. I'm like, what? Like responding to a message is just like going to lock in someone wanting to support you for as long as they are listening to that kind of music. Like
exactly.
Yeah.
The only time I would like not respond to messages is if I got to a point where I literally just couldn't. Like if there's just too many, I get it.
Yeah. People be having hella, because like sometimes even I'll have like 100 and I'm like, fuck this. But like, yeah, I definitely get it. But like right now it's like I have like 2,000 followers and like 10,000 monthly listeners. Like I'm responding to everyone.
Yeah. And I don't know. When I was younger, I had this idea that like, I don't know why. I guess I wasn't very familiar with Twitter or whatever, but I thought like, oh, this guy has 5,000 followers. There's no way he's going to see my message.
Yeah, same.
It's like,
I had the same. I was like, damn, man, like he's over 1,000. Like it's
He's
out of my
legit
time
now.
now. Oh, whoa, he made it.
yeah. But no, people like, most people see their messages unless you're like huge. You know? That's sick though. What is your dream? I mean, obviously that's kind of what inspires you, but in terms of like career wise,
what's the ultimate?
What's the ultimate like goal with music? What do you want to be doing in like 10 years from now, let's say?
Damn, hopefully in 10 years I'll just be like killing shit.
Yeah.
That would be sick. I don't know. I just want to be able to like support myself and like support my family off. Like, I mean, music would be sick. And like, I don't know, making music makes me really happy. So like being able to just make music for my income would be fucking really sick. And obviously it's like an industry that can be like very lucrative. So it'll be sick if I'm fucking balling. That would be cool too. But like if I'm just like maintain as like a medium-sized artist that can just like live off what they're doing, that would be sick as fuck too.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like to be able to support myself and like make like a living off of music would be really fucking cool. So that's all I have in mind right now. Okay. I mean, hopefully as that starts to come, like my vision will get more grand, but I don't want to set my bar too high yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We talk about this a lot, but like a lot of people have the perception that you need to be like the biggest artist in the world in order to like make money off of music. Like they don't understand that there's like, you can have 15,000 followers and like that many fans that support you.
Yeah. And that's like, I mean, I guess that's kind of like the music industry's job is to make you think that like a mid-tier artist isn't a thing as like an artist, like a like music industry to artists. Like they don't want you to know that like you could be indie with, 50,000 followers and be like living well off it, because they want you to sign. Obviously, like they want to take a percentage of it. So it's like kind of their job to be teaching you that, but that's like very much attainable.
Yeah. And I was talking to my parents about this because they were just kind of curious of like the people we talked to and like how I'm like learning all this different stuff. And what's really interesting to me is there's some people that I follow on Instagram that are music artists that have like 100,000 followers on Instagram and like 100,000 listeners on Spotify or something. But then I don't know what the numbers, but then there's other people
less than someone with like 10,000.
Yeah, then there's people with like 10,000 followers, but they have like 800,000 listeners on Spotify or something.
It's crazy. I mean, it's all a matter of like, that could be anything, but also like, it's very easy to just like cap on Instagram and like buy followers.
Yeah.
I mean, it is easy to just like pay for playlisting and like technically those listeners will be there for a month.
Yeah.
But it's all a matter of like what playlist someone ends up on. Because I have a friend, she has like 20,000 followers, but she gets like plugged on all the Spotify editorial playlists. So her monthlies just like sit in this like light 500,000 area.
Yeah.
It's sick.
That's like Alexis, right?
Yeah, Alexis Dawn. She's an EDM singer that we interviewed, and she like has hardly any followers, but she got a song that got put on Rocket League.
Oh shit!
And like as a result, her Spotify just like blew
It's
up.
been going crazy.
But it's crazy because like she was telling us, and I didn't even know this, but you can actually see how many followers someone has on Spotify, which I never even would look at. But she literally had 1,000 followers on Spotify and like 700,000 listeners.
Just because it's crazy. It's getting fucking Spotify followers is hard as fuck because no one knows it's a thing.
Yeah, exactly. And like you don't really care.
Yeah, but that's how you get in their like release radar, right?
Exactly, and like that's how you get like notifications when they drop and shit. But it's like, dude, it's so hard to get a Spotify follower.
Yeah, follow your favorite artists on Spotify.
Yeah, actually, that shit does help them all the fucking way out.
But yeah, and it's just about. I feel like it's about not just having people that know about your music, but like having dedicated, loyal people that like will listen to anything you put out. Because those are the people that really like set up the foundation of like your fan base.
Yeah. Because like small artists, they can run like Patreons and like do like other creative ways to like put out their music. And that's how they can maintain a living while also like not being the biggest artist in the world.
Yeah, exactly. There's like, that's like, it's cool when someone's like a fan of your music and they're like listening to whatever you put out, but also if someone's like supporting you as a brand, it's like they'll go above and beyond for you, which is sick as fuck.
What's your plans for 2021 in terms of music?
Dude, I mean, put more songs out because it's cool that like, I guess it's been 2 years since I made music because like my Spotify Wrapped came up and like I was really psyched that I had like, I don't remember how many listeners I had, like 16,000 for that first year. And it was really cool. And then the next year, I think last year I only put out like 3 songs, maybe, but my listeners had jumped to like 100,000 for the year.
Wow.
Like, oh, that's sick. And then I'm like, what the fuck? Like if I just put out more songs, that number will just inevitably keep going up.
Yeah.
So I just want to put out more songs because I'm sure it's dead for concerts for this year.
Yeah.
Except not though. Do you guys know who Ill Chris is?
Yeah, I've seen some people going on tour, but it's always in like Idaho and like
they
weird
just
places.
have to tour like the middle of fucking nowhere. But he was at like
Wait, sorry, what's his name?
Ill Chris.
Ill Chris?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's like a OG Seattle rapper.
Oh, okay.
But and then he started fucking with like Ski Mask, Slump God, and Juice World. And anyway, fucking, he had like a full blown show in Kentucky. He's like touring. I was like, what?
Yeah, and I saw there was like a Bow Wow show in like I don't know where it was, but there's like there's like thousands of people there. I'm like, I didn't know that. I didn't know this was happening.
I didn't know it was
but
allowed yet.
Yeah, I had no idea. So I don't know. Maybe I'll get to do a show, but like more shows would be cool. That seems like what I should have been doing. Like if COVID wasn't happening, like that's very essential because I had played Showbox at the end of last year and gained a good chunk of followers. So just like doing shows would be the move. But if that's not the case, I mean, I'll just like adapt and keep making music. It's been cool with COVID though, because this year, I mean, it did like blow, but I was also able to just like figure out what the fuck I want to make and like really lock in the music that I make. So like I looked at it as a good thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, for this year, I just want to just put out more songs. That's all I'm worried about.
Okay. What was doing Showbox like? That must have been
crazy
sick.
as fuck. Yeah. Well, because I was touring with my brother. I get to tour for him because I like run their lights.
Oh, that's awesome.
And just keep the vibes good overall on the bus, which is nice. So I toured with him, and then I think we were touring during Christmas, and he was like, oh, I got you a Christmas present, and I was like, word, and it was like a giant box. I was like, what the fuck did you get me? Like, what this big is gonna fit on this bus?
Yeah.
And I unwrap it and open it, and it was just like a little envelope, and I was like, what the fuck? So I opened the envelope, and it was like, we had like little schedules for every day of the tour, and it was like what we were doing, and then like the times for the openers and the times for that. And so I opened it, and there was like a time slot with like it said Vrillah next to it. And I was like, oh, that's so fire.
That's so sick.
Yeah, so it was sick as fuck. So I got to like open for my brother, which was cool.
Damn.
And it was the last show of the tour. It was crazy.
And your hometown.
Yeah, so it was like sold out. So like a sold out Showbox market.
Oh my god.
Which is like crazy because I had played one show prior for like 200 people.
Ever.
And so like literally like I had a show, and then the next day I left for tour. And then so like the day before tour, and then like the last day of tour I got to play a show. But it was crazy as fuck. But it felt cool. It felt like surprisingly natural.
Wow.
Jeez.
Which was good vibes. Because then that was also like gave me a lot of fire. I was like, damn, I need to keep doing this because that felt like really good.
Yeah.
That's
crazy that because you're talking about how like you weren't really that confident in your voice and like you didn't know if you could sing. But then like, do you feel like that kind of just you could override that and be like, fuck it, I'm doing this. Like when you're up on stage, do you just get confident?
I was like, dude, I was like very nervous backstage, and I felt like I was like Vinny backstage, and then like once I got on stage, I felt like I was like, oh, like I'm Vrillah right now. Like I felt like a different person. It felt like an alter ego. It was sick.
That's so sick.
Yeah.
That's cool. I feel like there's something to that, to having your like artist name be different than your real name, because it gives you some sense of like a different identity in a way.
Yeah, definitely. It's cool. I mean, I'm the same either way, to be honest. But like, it is a cool idea.
Yeah.
To some people, it's like they're superhero.
That's exactly what it felt like. I felt like a superhero. It was fire.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was sick. That was crazy as fuck. And I don't know when I'm gonna play a show that big again.
Yeah.
But it was hella fun.
And I never really even thought about that. That like growing your fan base. I don't know. For some reason, I always just assume like, oh, put out new music and you grow fan base. But like, being on tour as like an opener, that's probably a huge setup for people's careers.
Yeah,
like
it was cool because I mean, like I played one show, like no one knew who I was, but like they fucked with the music. And like after the show, there was a line of like 100 people minimum, like lined up to meet me, like not even say what's up, like my brother or like the other opener that's like also like, you know, doing well, like has over 10,000 followers on Instagram type shit. And like, like they were lining up to meet me because like my shit was dope and like they liked who I was. And I was like, oh, I need to be doing this more.
Yeah, I know. And that sucks that right when you kind of got to do that and had all this momentum, then COVID.
Yeah.
Because you said that was in December. So just a couple months before.
Like 2019.
Yeah. So yeah, a couple months before because we went into the new year. And then for March, like right around when it started, I was in LA and then like shit got locked down.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That sucks. No, but
man.
Just think about it. Like a lot of the artists we listen to, like at least I found out about through like opening, like Alec Benjamin. We found out because he opened for John Bellion at the Showbox.
Yeah, no, I mean it's true. It's just I don't know. I guess there's probably a balance of like go on tour and like perform, but then also like release new original music.
Yeah, for sure. It's like I mean you want to like release music to keep their attention, but like without. Like, there's not really a way to, like, get a new, like, full-blown supporter off just, like, putting out a new song. Because, like, playlisting will, like, get you some new ears. And, like, the homies sharing it, or, like, if you have some, like, homies with some clout, like, them sharing it will, like, get you more ears. But it's, like, it's honestly very rare that it'll, like, actually translate into a supporter. But, like, touring, it's, like, I mean, playing a show, it's, like, I get to go on stage and I'm, like, telling jokes and shit. And, like...
And they get to just know
having fun, exactly. So then they're, like, oh, I fuck with him. Not just like his songs, which is like we were talking about earlier, like hella important.
Yeah, man. That's awesome. Well, so there's no official release date on any new music for people to look out for?
Nope. My plans are all fucked up.
Okay.
But soon.
Okay.
Soon. Yeah.
Hopefully soon. I wish I could tell you guys more, but I genuinely have no fucking clue.
I feel you, man. Well, we're really excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited too, guys.
Yeah. And for everyone listening, you have how many, 5 songs out right now on like the streaming platforms?
Yep.
And they can just search Vrillah.
Yep. Vrillah on everything. Peep them. They all hit, kind of.
So yeah, definitely go check it out. Your newest song, what's the newest one called?
Light on My Head.
That one goes hard.
That one's my favorite.
That's my favorite I have out right now. So please check it out. Or don't. Either way.
This was super cool.
Yeah.
Vinny, thanks again for coming on.
Yeah.
You know, I think we should definitely have you on again in a year from now or something when maybe there's more music out or when COVID ends and it'd be cool. So
hell yeah, I'll be back for sure.
But yeah, so what's your on like Instagram and stuff? It's just at
Vrillah on everything.
Okay, cool. Well, guys, thank you so much for listening. This was super fun. You can follow me at Hey Narwhal on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. We also have another show, which is like I spent a lot of time on that other show. It's like a huge part of my life. So if you guys want to check that out,
definitely check it out.
It's called Peaked in Middle School.
If you're here from me, go Peaked in Middle School too.
Yeah,
or don't support me anymore.
But yeah, so go follow over there. There's new episodes of this show every Monday. So if you guys listening have any artists that you really like or you think maybe is like really talented, but not many people know of them, DM us on Instagram at NAS Podcast and we'll check them out.
Yes,
Matt,
sir.
Where can they follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at @TheMattMog.
And new music very soon.
Yeah, new music soon.
Cool. So that's it. New episodes every single Monday. And we'll see you guys next week.
Fire. Peace.